Hello everybody. February has just passed us by, full of hearts, gestures of love, and reminders to hold our loved ones closer. And now, as we step into March, with its celebrations of mothers and even families, we remain in the same space, one that is focused on the people who are shaping our lives. As someone who games as a father and a husband, I am realizing that some of the most powerful stories found in games are not always about saving kingdoms or defeating villains. They're about families and relationships. And when games reflect those struggles, compromises, and bonds, they should be able to reach us in a much more direct and personal way. Yet, upon searching for some of these, sadly, I found that games don't explore this space nearly enough. Thus, I want to highlight and share with you a small list of games that delve into families, relationships, and the love required for these bonds to last. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. The idea to highlight these games came from the video game Storyteller, which covered the surprising relationship presented in Uncharted 4. So I let him give a brief snippet.
By the time we reach the fourth Uncharted game, we don't need Nate and Elena to fall in love again. We've already spent hours tracking the gradual development of their romance, and now can simply enjoy spending time with them, spending time with each other. The level early in the game, set in their New Orleans home, is honestly one of the most realistic portrayals of married life I have seen in any form of art.
Looking to read more on it? Check out his full article. It Takes Two. Few games embody the idea of rebuilding a relationship like It Takes Two. You play as a couple on the brink of separation, magically transformed into dolls and forced to work together through imaginative and ever-changing challenges. Mechanically, the game constantly requires cooperation, mirroring the emotional work happening beneath the surface. It's playful, heartfelt, and at times surprisingly honest about the difficulty of staying together. It is a beautiful reminder that relationships need more than once-in-a-while grand gesture. They require continuous effort, patience, and the willing to change while creating long-lasting bonds. That Dragon Cancer. This one is not an easy game to play. It's a deeply personal, journal-like experience created by parents processing their child's battle with that dragon, cancer. You don't really play the game in the traditional sense. You take part in its emotional journey through love, grief, faith, hope, and helplessness. As a parent myself, I kind of teared the whole way through, as this one hits on a level few games ever reach, digging up painful memories and feelings of your own. I consider this a testament for showing how strong love can be even in the face of the unimaginable. Venba. This is a small, indie game that tells the story of an Indian mother who immigrates to Canada in the 80s with her husband, building a life far from home while trying not to lose what made it feel like home in the first place. It's a story that unfolds over years, yet focusing on subtle tensions and sacrifices that shape a family. At its core, it's a narrative cooking game mixing visual novel elements and puzzle-focused cooking segments to great effect. As Venba cooks, each dish becomes filled with meaning. It becomes a bridge between generations, a way for a mother to speak love when words cannot reach, and a way for a child to rediscover roots he doesn't fully understand. In a way, I guess the game uses cooking like I use gaming with my son, both activities building bonds and strengthening the relationship. If you are curious about how gaming with my kiddo can help you, check out my GamerDad reviews on games played alongside Junior. I highlight there our experience and how the games played are good for this exact purpose. The Novelist. What happens when you can't give 100% to everything at once? The novelist explored the internal struggle of a father trying to write the most important book of his career while also balancing his marriage and his role as a parent. And you? You step into the story as a mysterious, ghostly presence able to explore the family's thoughts and memories, uncover their desires, and influence their decisions. But be careful, as every decision has consequences, and the path you choose may reveal something about yourself as well. In the end, this becomes a deeply reflective experience that mirrors a truth many of us live every day. Love often means compromise, and sometimes the hardest choices come from wanting to do right by everyone. Heaven. Heaven tells a different kind of Romeo and Juliet story, of two lovers who give up everything to flee to a forgotten planet. Mechanically, it's not a game built on complexity, it can feel repetitive, but this simplicity feels intentional, because the real focus is on who you experience it with. Everything in Heaven revolves around the relationship. You explore together, fight together, gather resources together, cook together, slowly carve out a life in a place that doesn't quite want you there. In doing so, every system becomes a metaphor for partnership and all that it involves: communication, trust, affection, even compromise. It's rare to see a game portray a relationship with this kind of everyday authenticity, a lived-in, comfortable, sometimes awkward reality of building a life with someone over time. Octodad, Deadliest Catch. Yes, it's absurd. Hilarious? Also yes. But beneath the chaos of controlling a spaghetti-limbed octopus that is also trying to keep his cephalopodan nature a secret from his human family, lies something surprisingly relatable. Octodad captures the everyday struggle of parenthood, the mundane tasks that become unwieldy challenges, the effort to hold everything together, and the constant desire to be present for your family, even when you feel completely out of your depth. It's a comedy of accidental destruction. It's heartwarming chaos. It's a dad doing his best for the family he loves in a typical dad way. Final thoughts. These games are wildly different in tone. Some heavy, some hopeful, some playful. But they all explore something we too rarely see in games: love in its everyday form. So not within an epic adventure that saves the world, but inside a family that holds together, or following a long-term relationship that grows through shared experiences, through effort, through patience, through the ordinary and the difficult. As gamers, we often celebrate heroes, victories, and grand journeys, which make for some truly awesome stories. But sometimes, the most meaningful are the ones that feel closest to home, the ones about a life like ours. So, if you've played any of these, or maybe other games about families and relationships, do share your experience in the comments. I'm real interested on your take, or even to find more of them. And if you liked the video, please do throw a like my way, even a subscribe if you think you'd enjoy more content like this. Thank you for watching.